Before we talk to Andrew Montford, Director of Net Zero Watch, just remind ourselves, shall we, about Heidi Alexander. Here's what she wants to do to your pavement.
We're making £25 million available to councils so that they can provide financial support to households who want to put in a cross-pavement gully so that you can safely run the cable across the pavement.
She says it as if she's just invented the wheel or something, you know, a cross-pavement gully. Ooh, ooh. This from Susan. Morning, Mike. Here in South Africa, street lights don't work because they strip the cables for copper, which they take to scrapyards. That's because that's what will happen with this ridiculous idea of putting cables on pavements for EVs. Andrew Montford's here. Andrew, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
So, this is about the stupidest ideas I've ever heard. Putting gullies across pavements so that you can charge your electric vehicle, but only if you can park where the charge point comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. This is very much the issue. Most people don't have off-street parking.
Right.
And yeah, as you've said before, they probably won't be able to park in front of their own house too. You know, where I live out in the country, I mean, I actually have a neighbour who has an EV and sort of runs it over a sort of down a conduit. So, you know, anybody going down the pavement has to negotiate the conduit. Actually, a gully for them would improve it. For most people, it will make no difference at all because they won't be able to park anywhere near it.
Right.
I think in reality, this is what used to be called under the Blair government an eye-catching initiative. You know, the amount of money that they're putting forward is absolutely pathetic. You know, there are millions and millions of cars owners in this country. If you want to get them to have EVs, at least half of them are going to need these gullies, and the money is it's not even close to being enough to do that.
No.
So really, this is just to enable them to get headlines. And, you know, I mean, you know, let's look on the bright side. It gives us an opportunity to laugh at them too, doesn't it?
Well, that's true. But it would be nice if they actually could be coming up with some ideas that would work and were quite economical and were actually quite innovative. I mean, that's what the government's meant to do, isn't it? I know it's been a long time since anybody actually did that. But, you know, is it asking too much for any of their ideas to actually, one, work, two, save us money?
Yeah, it probably is asking too much of this government. I mean, you know, the thing is, we have probably three major crises sort of looming in the electricity system. So, you know, mucking around with this kind of thing is just nonsense. You know, we've got prices are too high, the grid is unstable, and all our reliable generation, or a large chunk of it, is going to be closing down over the next 5 to 10 years, and it's probably going to be very difficult to replace it. So, you know, for them to be looking at you know, piffling things like EV conduits, you know, gullies in pavements, it just shows that they are completely deluded and they are not addressing the big problems. And this is why this government is a real threat to the country.
Yeah, and they're so out of ideas that they can only come up with ones which are so ludicrous that they'll never work. Noel says this: you have to have permission from the council to charge a car on the pavement, and guess what? The net zero obsessed councils normally say no. Because that's the other bit about this, the gully thing that you put the cable through. It must have a massive, great sort of plug on the end of it to plug into the car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you supposed to just leave that lying in the gutter?
I don't know. I don't know what the details are on these things. I kind of had assumed that you run them down the gully, you know, at the times when you want to charge it. But
I see.
you know, the gullies will you know, they will fill with rubbish and dirt and all this sort of thing, and you know, it's going to be a mess. But you know, again, it's about governments getting headlines, not about practicalities like that.
Yeah, it is absolutely unbelievable. Andrew, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed.